Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm making this video to talk about loyalty with players, and that loyalty goes a long way, and sometimes thinking about your long-term legacy is far more important than short-term legacy and short-term enjoyment. So the case I'm talking about is Robin van Persie leaving Arsenal to go to Man United, where he played there for 3 years and won the Premier League. Now everyone might think, yeah, he won the Premier League, he made the right decision, but I would argue that was actually the wrong choice to make. Because Van Persie is loathed by the Arsenal fans. Loathed, hated, traitor, Judas. Now these are the same fans that he spent 8 years playing for. The same club where he made his name, where he became a world-class player. But he's loathed because he betrayed Arsenal by joining one of their biggest rivals at that time, Man United. Now this would have not been such a big issue if it was just an ordinary player, but Robin van Persie was Arsenal's best player. He was the captain of Arsenal. He was on his way to becoming an Arsenal legend, possibly even getting a statue outside the Emirates, but he chased a short-term pleasure and went to Man United. Man United, who at that time were second to Tottenham in terms of Arsenal's biggest rivals, and Van Persie was there when Arsenal and Man United had their big rivalry with Keane, Vieira, so he knows about the hatred between the fans, yet he still decided to go to Man United. Now there are various reasons why Van Persie would have wanted to make that move, right? Man United were the best team in the country at the time. They were competing for titles every year, while Arsenal were fighting to finish 4th and 3rd. Also at United, Van Persie wouldn't have to have the burden of being the main player. With United, he's playing with other great players who he can rely on to assist him. So at Man United, he's coming to a better team with better players. And yeah, Van Persie, it turned out right at the moment. It turned out to be the right decision because they won the league the first year and he led them. He was a top scorer. He's known for leading them to the title, and it was Fergie's final title, so he's always going to be remembered for that. But Fergie left a year or two after that, and then United went on a slump, and then Van Persie was made to leave after only 3 years at the club. And then next thing you know, Van Persie is 32 years old, still quite young, but he's been shipped off to Fenerbahce in the Turkish league, and then off to obscurity, and no one really knows about him anymore. Another reason why Van Persie claimed that he had to leave Arsenal was that Arsenal at the time didn't even offer him a contract, and that he had asked for a few demands to be met, and then Arsenal just didn't refuse to give him the contract. However, I find that pretty hard to believe, and to me that's Van Persie trying to do some PR so the Arsenal fans don't hate him that much. Because why wouldn't Arsenal offer their best player, their captain, a new contract extension? Why would they want to let him go for free? What we know for a fact was that Van Persie made his desire to leave, and then Arsene Wenger, trying to be the classy gentleman he is, let him leave. Now several clubs were in for him: Juventus, Inter Milan, Man City and Man United, and Wenger said he tried to even make sure he goes to Juventus, but Van Persie had his mindset and it was only going to be Man United, which shows that if you know about your Arsenal loyalty, you don't pick Man United, you pick the other clubs, and knowing that if you go to Man United, you've completely burnt your bridges with the Arsenal fans. So he made that move. He tried to say it was because Arsenal didn't offer him a contract, but really he just wanted to be in the best team. That's what he wanted to do. I don't think loyalty meant much to Van Persie, even though he was at Arsenal for 8 years, where Arsenal nurtured him, spent 4 seasons while he was injured looking after him, and he had 3 good years, and he was looking to move to the best team so he can win the league. So he won the league, but I'd argue it was the wrong decision, and because his career is forever tarnished because of that single move, because he chased a short-term glory. Because if you look at Van Persie, with the career he had, the stats he has, he should be considered a Premier League legend, or an icon at least. But because of what he did to Arsenal, he showed disloyalty. I feel like he's not seen as that icon, that legend anymore, considering how much the Arsenal fans hate him. And even though the Man United fans somewhat might love him, but he wouldn't break into Man United's top 50 players of all time because there are so many great players. Van Persie spent most of his career at Arsenal. We got all the great stats, so he should be seen as an icon at that club, a legend, but he's not gonna. His legacy is ruined because of that move. There's not one club that truly love him, and a player of Van Persie's caliber, what he was in that time when he was playing, the world-class player he was, he's not really loved by any club, and he can't really go back to any club and get a standing ovation, clap, sit in the executive suite because Arsenal hate him. And Man United, he was only there for 3 years, and they have other 50 great players to love before Van Persie. So a player of his caliber should be a legend somewhere, should be an icon, but he's not. He's a bit of a nomad. There's no one club that truly love him. not Feyenoord, not Man United, and Arsenal hate him. But that is my main point really. Van Persie didn't think of the long term, as in his post-career, you know, post-retirement. A footballer may end his football career, but there's life after the age of 38. Van Persie undone all that hard work in his 15 years and all the legacy he built with Arsenal for short-term pleasure. He showed that he's disloyal by moving to Arsenal's biggest rival, and Van Persie is now forever hated by Arsenal fans. It's not the fact that he left Arsenal, because many players leave Arsenal at their peak. Fabregas left and Henry left, but they went abroad, or they didn't go to Arsenal's one of their biggest rivals. Had he gone to City, Liverpool, then Arsenal fans would still love him. They wouldn't be mad of his making that transfer. The reason loyalty can pay off in the long term is you got to think about your post career. When you come back to a club, or you're doing punditry for a club, and you can even be a club ambassador, you come in at half time, fans love you, they want to shake your hands, they give you a standing ovation, you're sitting in the executive suite with the other legends, you're doing a lot of media stuff. Look at how Ian Wright or Thierry Henry is loved by Arsenal. Van Persie could have joined them, but he chose not to. In conclusion, Van Persie chose what he thought was the right decision at the right time for his career. Yes, he won the league, so that kind of validates that decision, but in the long term it wasn't the right decision, because he ruined his legacy that he was building at Arsenal, and he threw it all away for a few years of glory instead of a lifetime of honour and legacy and adulation from a group of fans that you forever live with. Ask Bergkamp, Henry, Wright what that feels like. Thank you for tuning into the video. Please comment on what you think about Van Persie's career move. Was it the right decision? Was it the wrong decision? And yes, please subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you.